program, which is our Seniors Making a Difference. Our annual Seniors Making a Difference. Let's give them all of you a round of applause. And as you know, at these events, we always start at the beginning in the right way. And we're going to begin today's program with a presentation of colors by our own Garden Grove Police Department. Please give them a round of applause. I ask you to please stand and face the flag. Now, if you please join me as we pledge our allegiance to our flag. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I can ask Ms. Naya Tran, President of the Union of Vietnamese Student Associations of Southern California, to come up and join us in singing the national anthem. If I can ask Justice Eileen Moore of the California Court of Appeals and also Vietnam War veteran to come up to the stage and lead us in the invocation, please.
Thank you, dear Lord, for putting us all here together in this wonderful breakfast at a time when everyone in this room has done their very best from their heart to make this world a better place. You may be seated.
Let's give again a round of applause to our Garden Grove Police Department. Once again, welcome, and it's an honor to welcome all of you, seniors, family, and friends, to our 2014 Seniors Making a Difference Breakfast. I'm happy again to collaborate with City of Garden Grove, Acacia Adult Daycare Services for hosting this event. Before we move to the event, I want to say, first of all, that all of you are VIPs here today, but I do want to recognize elected officials that are here today that are serving us, you as VIPs. First of all, Congressman Alan Lowenthal, Mr. Lon Nguyen, Vice President of the Garden Grove Unified School District. Lon. Diana Carey, Council Member, City Westminster. Sergio Contreras, Council Member, City Westminster. Mr. Chris Mann, Council Member, City of Garden Grove. Mr. Jose Solorio, Trustee, Rancho Santiago Community College District. Mr. Randy Bergman, Anaheim Fire and Rescue Chief. Randy? Just want to let you know, Randy, I found my old Explorer Fire badge the other day from the 1960s, City of Anaheim. Think it's worth anything? To me, it's worth $1 million. Anyway, what I'd like to do is I'm going to invite our very special guest to come up and say a few words. First of all, I'd like to call back to the podium Ms. Eileen Moore, Judge Moore, Justice of the California Court of Appeals, who will share a few thoughts with us. Your Honor.
Well, back to that, what I said before about making this world a better place. I think I learned that secret. It's a secret that everybody in this room knows. And I'll tell you what the secret is in a second, because it's really an open secret. I was about 14 years old, and I was on the couch at home, curled up in the fetal position, and my mother said, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "I just kind of feel blue, I feel depressed." And she said, "Get up out of there and get out of this house. Stop thinking about yourself, and don't you come back until you've done something good for someone else." I had no idea what to do. I had no idea where to go. I didn't know what she was talking about. So I went across the street to old Mrs. Jones, and she was sitting on her rocking chair on the front porch, and she had ankles about the size of our waists. They were so swollen, and she couldn't get around. So I asked Mrs. Jones, was there anything I could do for her? And sure enough, she needed some groceries, so I went to the Acme for her, got the groceries, brought them back, put them away. I swept her porch, I swept her kitchen, and I sat and talked to her. And do you know, I think I made that old lady very, very happy, and it didn't take very much. And I learned later how very little it does take to make somebody else happy. I learned that probably really well in the mid-90s. I was asked by the local chapter of Vietnam Veterans of America to speak at the Richard Nixon Library. And I went over there, and probably most of you have been there at one time or another, and there were 3 rows of men. They were in old, tattered army fatigues, and it took me a very few seconds to realize that they were probably Vietnam veterans, they were probably homeless, and they were probably using street drugs for self-medication. And I spoke, and after I spoke, these 3 rows of Vietnam vets rushed to me. And I remember thinking, why are they rushing to me? What did I do? And one of them just kept his finger going like this over and over again on my hand. The others all had to touch me. They had to touch my arm, my neck, my shoulder, somewhere. And I think they just wanted to talk to me. And I realized that there was nothing very good to remember about the Vietnam War. There's so many sad memories for all of us from Vietnam. But the one good thing that they did remember were the nurses. And I had been a nurse over there. And I think they just wanted to, like all of us, they just wanted to remember something good. And it took so little of me just to stand there and get my hand rubbed and allow them to have some good memories of an experience that was pretty horrible for them. But there's something a little more uplifting that I have to tell you that I just learned about a month ago. And so I have to go back. About 5 years ago, I wrote an article for VVA The Veteran, which is the national publication for Vietnam Veterans of America, and I wrote it about the Veterans Court that's here in Orange County that was started by Judge Wendy Lindley. And it's just a wonderful court, and I wrote an article. And shortly thereafter, I got a couple of letters from prisoners at Soledad, one of the prisons that we have here in California. And I wrote back and forth to them a few times. This was at least 5 years ago. And the last letter I wrote, I said, you know, you may be lifers, but it's not too late for you to help other vets who are in prison. I'm going to start crying because about a month ago, I got this letter, and somebody's phone. I got a letter, and it was from one of these inmates at Soledad. And here they started a chapter of IVVA at Soledad Prison. I had no idea what that was. I had never heard of it. And it's Incarcerated Vietnam Veterans of America. And they have so far helped more than 500 veterans who are inmates in prison, helped to prepare them to re-enter into society after they've served their time and paid their price. And I just wanted to say to you, that secret that I was talking about, the secret is that when one does something for other people, in many ways, I think it does more good for the person who's helping than for the person who's actually being helped. It's good for the soul. And on behalf of the Senator and everybody in this room, I just want to say thank you for making this world a better place.
Let's give her a strong round of applause, please. I did another war veteran here giving back. By the way, can I show hands of all our veterans that are here today? Can we give them all a round of applause, please? Thank you all for your service to our country. And Judge Moore, let me just say that your speech reminded me of also the time of the Vietnam War. I was in high school at that time, and I was actually in Air Force Junior ROTC at Anaheim High School. And I remember in those days wearing a uniform and short hair to high school. It was not popular to have short hair and wear a uniform to high school. But nonetheless, it was something that I thought it was important to do. And I just hope that as all the veterans are here today, all of us have learned a lesson on how to respect the veterans, irrespective of the political climate that people may have back home, irrespective of the political debate, that our veterans are doing the right thing, which is making the sacrifice, sometimes the ultimate sacrifice for this country, and we have to respect them for what they have sacrificed. And as Judge Moore said, mental health is an issue for our veterans, and I just spoke last week because I do a lot of work on mental health issues in the state of California. There's a new study that's out that's saying now 50% of our veterans coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq have issues that have to be dealt with, and we as a society cannot turn our backs on our veterans. So Judge Moore, thank you very much for again reminding us of our moral obligation to our veterans. Thank you very much. Now, if I can, I'd like to have my former colleague, then State Senator, now Congressman Alan Lowenthal, come up and share a few words as well with the audience. Senator Lowenthal, now Congressman.
Well, good morning, everyone. As my senator has said, and he is my senator, I'm Congressman Alan Lowenthal, and I want to first thank the senator for hosting this wonderful event, and maybe someday joining me in the Congress. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be just not yet in the 47th, you know. And I join with my senator, Senator Correa, in welcoming everyone and following those very touching words by Judge Moore. You know, I just compliment everyone that's here for what you do to give back to your community. I was a community psychologist before I entered the Congress and before I entered the state legislature. I taught for many years at Cal State Long Beach, and I think most of us in the helping professions know that those that give of themselves benefit greatly themselves also. It's wonderful to give to others, but it's really what gives meaning to your own lives. And the fact that all the seniors here and that we're honoring is a wonderful thing. It's wonderful what you do for others, but it's also wonderful that you grow and what you do for yourselves too by participating in our society. But I'd like to kind of go off a little bit now, even though I'm here to honor all the seniors that are here. I just want to say a few words. You know, this is kind of the beginning of, I think, a time to say thank you to our senator, to Senator Correa, who this year will be completing his 8 years in the California State Senate. I served with him for 6 of those years, and then prior to that, in the State Assembly, which I served also with Senator Correa too. And I just want to take this opportunity to really thank him. You know, he really has been, when you look over his legacy, one of the great legislators of California. And so we owe him a great debt of gratitude. He has fought for human rights. He has raised issues that no one else raised. He has fought for health care for all. He's fought for immigration rights. He's been the champion for jobs, the champion for being thoughtful in the legislature, a great colleague, but somebody who really tries to do what's best for the people of his district. I've participated, with his Young Senators program, so here he has a commitment to young people, to his Senators program, also to, as we see today, to all the seniors making a difference. That's what he's done. And so for me, it's this great opportunity to be here, but to tell my colleague, Lou Correa, just what an honor it has been for me to serve with him. What a great legislator he's been. He's in many ways the conscience of the legislature. I kind of always raising the issues that need to be raised. And so I'd like to kind of close today by thanking everyone here, but really all of us joining to thank Senator Correa. Your term may be ending soon, but your legacy will not, and I really hope to see you again in the future working with me in the Congress. Thank you. A token, a certificate. Lou gives out certificates to everyone. It's about time. It's about time that he got one in his honor of your long tenure and great dedication as a member of the California State Legislature. Thank you for your commitment in serving the constituents of Orange County and for your contributions to our great state. This is for Senator Correa.
Thank you very much, Alan. I'm very touched by that certificate. earlier I was asked by some of you, what are you going to do next? And I'm reminded of a, down in Anaheim on Ball Road, a place called Ganal Lumber. They have this billboard, and Mr. Ganal always puts up these really interesting sayings, and one the other day that was up there stuck to my mind, and he had a saying that said, "The knowledge that really matters is that which you learn after you know it all." I'm going to be turning 57 soon, okay? I'm a senior. And the one thing I've learned is to look back at my life and the lessons I've learned. I grew up in the 60s. That was when my mind was formulating my thoughts, my philosophy. And I tell folks I lived in a poor neighborhood in Anaheim where I used to, in the mornings, I used to see my mom go out the door to work at local hotels in Anaheim to clean rooms at $1.65 an hour. And that's what we did to survive in this great country. And a few minutes later, I would run out that same doorway to go to school. I was a very happy kid, wore the same clothes every day to school. I know some girl pointed that out to me later on. But I wore clothes. And the one thing that made me a happy kid was that I knew I was an American. That I lived in the greatest country in the world. And that if I worked hard enough, anything I wanted to do could become a reality. And that's why I was a happy kid. I'm not going out anywhere. I'm living in Orange County for the rest of my life. I'm going to be shopping in the same places you shop, driving down the streets that you drive down, and my kids are going to be going to school with your kids and your grandchildren. So we're not going anywhere. We're just going to continue to work to make sure Orange County is a greater place and continues to be a great place to live. And finally, I will tell you that seniors making a difference is an important event because, in my opinion, there's a couple of other sayings that come to mind, which are, if I'd have known then what I know now, God, what I would have done. And youth is wasted in the young. We, as seniors, have a lot of wisdom to share with folks. And myself, as a child of the 60s, a baby boomer, I'm not done yet. I'm not going to be done. And none of us here are done because we still have a lot to give. And we have a lot that we can share with this great society because the greatest generation right before me made it a great country. So we're not going to be done. We're going to keep it going and we're going to keep giving. Right? Thank you very much. I want to thank the Acacia Adult Day Health Services, City Garden Grove, Time Warner, and Cal Optima for sponsoring us today. Let's give them a round of applause, please. We're almost there to honor all of you. Before we do, I'd like to uphold another great tradition, which is I'm going to call the Aloha seniors to come up and mesmerize us with their beautiful moves. Ladies and gentlemen, the Aloha seniors.
Aloha! Aloha! Right on. On behalf of the Kool-Aid, our teacher, I'm sorry she can't be here today, and the Aloha seniors of Huntington Beach, we'd like to present Senator Correa with Aloha. Oh, excuse me.
Thank you very much.
Our first number Mokihana. Well, I guess I need to interpret that, don't I? All right. Mokihana is a beautiful, fragrant, well, actually, it's a berry that grows on the island of Kauai. It's up high into the mountains, and the fragrance is so beautiful. And I guess that's why Kauai adopted that as their island flower. Each island has a certain flower and bird, but this is Kauai's, and we are going to honor in the flower of Mokihana. Since it's going to be a hot day, let's go down to the beach. All right, and this will also waken you up because we're going to the beach to pick up some seaweed. Yum, yum. There are certain kinds of seaweed that are very good for you. That's why we're able to dance as seniors. So join us to pick up some seaweeds, and the number is Ulumeki Okekai, plants of the sea.
Our seniors that have made a difference. If I can have the elected officials, if you would like to join me on the stage to help us honor our seniors, and I'd like to ask Cynthia Quimby and Tammy Trance, Cynthia of course with my office and Tammy formerly with my office, to assist me with the presentations. And they will read off your names while the elected officials here look pretty and take pictures with you. And Mallory, of course, as well. Will you please come up?
All right. We're very honored to present to you the 2014 Seniors Making a Difference Award honorees. Please welcome Alice American Miller, Barbara Crow, Bernadette Oliver, and Betty Schilling. First, we have America Miller, who volunteers at the Orange Senior Center's thrift shop, Rita's Treasure Chest. She also helps with the center's quarterly rummage sales. She's always willing to help others, and she does it with a smile on her face. America Miller. Give it a applause. Barbara Crow is the president of the Saddleback College Angels for the Arts, a nonprofit organization for the college division of fine arts and media technology. Over the past 3 years, Barbara has successfully overseen a board that has raised enough money to fund nearly $50,000 in student scholarships as well as arts programs. Through her leadership, she also helped bridge connections in the community to the college. Barbara Crow. Bernadette Oliver, who has served the community of Santa Ana by feeding those in need. She gives out 80 to 100 bags of groceries every month and prays with the families who receive the groceries. She is also involved in a ministry where she prays every month for incarcerated women. Bernadette Oliver. Betty Schilling. Betty Schilling has been volunteering at events that educate the community about wildlife and the environment. She also volunteered at the Kermore Garden for over 2 years, cultivating plant life and producing fresh fruits and vegetables for others. Bernadette Schilling. The following 2014 Senior Making a Difference Award honorees are Bill Cook, Bill Worth, Brian Chichua, and Bui Phong To. Mr. Bill Cook helped spearhead a movement last summer to construct and build a state veteran cemetery in Orange County. The project has received funding from the U.S. Department of Veterans State Cemetery Grant Program. Dozens of Orange County cities and veteran groups have endorsed resolutions of support for the veteran cemetery, including the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Mr. Bill Cook. Bill Worth. Mr. Bill Worth has been a Red Cross volunteer since 2005. Bill is currently the logistics lead for the American Red Cross Orange County Chapter's Disaster Cycle Services. In this role, he leads his team to ensure all disaster supplies, vehicles, and trailers throughout Orange County are updated and always available when disaster strikes. Bill Worth. Brian Chichua helped spearhead a movement last summer to construct, also worked on building a state veteran cemetery in Orange County. This project, as we previously mentioned, received funding from the U.S. State Department State Veterans Grant Program and has also received endorsements throughout among different cities in Orange County. Please welcome Brian Chichua. Next we have Ms. Bui Phong To, who has been a volunteer at the Hong Bang Cultural Center for over 15 years. She has held many positions at the center and volunteers at the center's events. Her dedication and commitment at the center is unsurpassed. Please welcome Bui Phong To. Our next 2014 Senior Making a Difference Award honorees are Carol Sweet, Colleen Richardson, Connie Hamilton, and Ḓông Thanh Long. Carol Sweet has volunteered over 400 hours of service over the past 2 years at the Haskett Branch Library of the Anaheim Public Library System. Carol has helped with many tasks essential to keeping the library operating, including shelving books and straightening shelves. She also helped prepare arts and crafts projects for children in the community. Carol's experience as a computer engineer has also enabled her to tackle projects beyond the realm of just any volunteer. Carol Sweet. Colleen Richardson has been a member of the 1OC volunteer team for the past 2 years. She has been instrumental in revamping the 1OC Board Connection Program and is responsible for its continued success in the community. Colleen Richardson. Connie Hamilton is the president of Connected Council. In this role, she sets up forums to keep Santa Ana residents informed. She also served as president of the South Coast Neighborhood Association since 2006. Connie Hamilton. Ḓông Thanh Long is a former member of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam. He is also a member of the Coalition of Vietnamese Veteran Associations. He has worked to raise funds to help disabled Navy veterans and promote religious freedom and human rights in Vietnam. Ḓông Thanh Long. Our next honorees are David Rothenbuehler, Dean Messina, Dennis Alderson, Dick Mosier, and Ntlongbo. Dave Rothenbuehler is Executive Vice President of Pacific Mercantile Bank. He is a Vietnam War veteran, an active member of the Lead Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Business Organization. Dave mentors several Iraq and Afghanistan War disabled combat veterans on a weekly basis. Please welcome Mr. David Rothenbuehler. Mancina is professor of the Coast Community College District and president of the American Federation of Teachers Local 1911 Coast Federation of Educators. He has been passionately working and volunteering for teachers and students for over 35 years. Dean has taught student success classes and led many negotiations for teachers' rights. Dean Mancina. Dennis Alderson. Dennis Alderson is a native of Santa Ana. He has served as the activities director of the Morrison Park Neighborhood Association for several years. Dennis supplies food and baked goods for most neighborhood events. Dennis also arranges to have Susie Zoo attend many of the events so that children get to see and touch animals that they would otherwise not get to see up close. Dennis Alderson. Dick Moser. Dick Moser has been volunteering at Betsy Ross Elementary School for many years. He has helped facilitate service projects and has attended many field trips. He reads to the students every Monday and also arranges the purchase of books for every first grader at the school. Mr. Dick Moser. Lin Lobo is trained in ballet and folk dancing. He is part of the Hun Ming Nam performing group and performs 7 shows each week. He's also the executive director of the Asian American Senior Citizens Association. Please welcome Mr. Lin Lobo. Our next honorees are Lin Quoc Chuk, Đỗ Kim Toàn, Đỗ Quang Sơn, and Đỗ Việt Long, and Dolores Lolita Rodarte. Mr. Dinh Quang Chuk is a former naval officer in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam. He is an active member of the Vietnamese American Federation of Southern California and decorates all the organization's community events. Please welcome Mr. Dinh Quang Chuk. Next we have Ms. Ngo Kim Quang, who is the past president of the Trung Vuong Alumni Association. She also founded and became president of the Vietnamese American Women's Association in 2001. Over the last 13 years, Kim has organized the organization's annual Mother's Day celebrations that draws hundreds of women. Ngo Kim Quang. Ngo Quang Sơn is a Republic of Vietnam National Police veteran. He is also a current member of the Coalition of Vietnamese Veterans Association and a member of the organization's Color Guard team. He attended and helps out with many Vietnamese community events. Ngo Quang Sơn. Next we have Đỗ Vinh Long. Đỗ Vinh Long has generously dedicated countless hours to mentoring hundreds of boys and girls in multi-level Jung Sung Scout Troop. He has helped young people reach their fullest potential by equipping them with leadership skills. He also serves on the board of directors for Jung Sung Scout Troop. Mr. Đỗ Việt Long. Mr. Nguyễn Cửu Long has been an active volunteer for many years. He has been a Boy Scout leader working for the Venturers for over 20 years. He has also served as a board member for the Little Saigon Foundation since 2004. Lam is also one of the leading members of the Senior Scout Group family and director of the Rover Troop Hoàng Sơn. Mr. Nguyễn Cửu Long. Next we have Dolores Lolita Rodarte, who has been volunteering for the past 22 years to help senior programs. She also cares for ill and disadvantaged seniors for no pay. She's also a leader in her neighborhood, addressing safety issues along with the neighborhood association. Ms. Dolores Lolita Rodarte. Our next honorees are Don Williams, Dorothy Hendrickson, Eileen Moore, and Elisa Alex Diaz. Don Williams has been a volunteer with the Anaheim Police Department since August 2011, putting in approximately 1,500 hours. He patrols the areas of the city, walks as the resort ambassador in the resort area of the city, dresses up as McGruff for events involving children, and works DUI checkpoints. Don also assists with the police department's Cops for Kids neighborhood school events. He is a role model for at-risk youth who are growing up in gang and drug-infested neighborhoods. Mr. Don Williams. Dorothy Hendrickson is the president of the National Alliance Alliance of Mental Illness, California. She has done much in her official roles and is a volunteer to raise awareness and help people suffering from mental illness. Miss Dolores Hendrickson, the fabulous Dolores Hendrickson. Next, we have Eileen Moore, who is a Vietnam War era veteran and has worked as a nurse during her service. She currently serves as the Associate Justice for the California Court of Appeal. She is currently a member of the Vietnam War Veterans of America and a mentor to young veterans who are enrolled in the Combat Veterans Court System. Next, we have Alex Diaz. Alex helped spearhead a movement last summer to construct and build a state veterans cemetery in Orange County. And as we heard earlier, it's supported by numerous cities throughout Orange County, as well as the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Alex Diaz. Our next honorees are Eric Scandred, Everlina Oliver, Francine Harris, and Frank Berry. Eric Scandred is the president of the Morrison Park Neighborhood Association. He has been an effective leader helping to keep the streets in the community in great condition. As a member of the Connected Council, Eric holds forums that keeps residents informed. Eric Scandred. Everlina Oliver has served the community of Santa Ana as a registered nurse for 15 years. She currently serves as a teacher at Santa Ana High School. Everlina gives back by going to the Santa Ana County Jail to minister every month to incarcerated women. Everlina Oliver. Francine Harris. Francine has served the community for over 35 years. She serves senior citizens all year long, making sure that their needs are met. Francine helps the Santa Ana Senior Center with their programs. Francine Harris. Frank Berry. Frank Berry volunteers weekly in the first grade classroom. When he enters the classroom, the students jump out of their seats and rush to the carpet calling out, "Mr. Berry is here." Frank reads stories to the kids in a way that is captivating, encouraging, and motivational. Mr. Frank Berry. Our next honorees are Hal Kolbach, Hannah Moserberg, Hilda Mendez, and Ho Dak Hon. Hal is a Vietnam veteran. He is currently a peer support specialist for the Orange County Goodwill. He's also one of the original founders of the Orange County Veterans and Military Families Collaborative. Hal is an advocate for low-income, disabled persons and veterans in Orange County and has dedicated his life to serving disadvantaged populations. Hal Kolbach. Hannah Moberg. Hannah volunteers at the Lewis Lake Senior Center. She helps with the center's lunch program and special events. She is energetic, helpful, friendly, and brings the spirit of the center to everyone. Hannah Moberg. Hilda Mendez. Hilda is a community volunteer that helped create the Orange County Car Seat Program. The Car Seat Program provides safety information on car seats for children and their parents. Hilda is also an advocate for persons with developmental disabilities. Please welcome Hilda Mendez. Mr. Ho Dak Hon is a major in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam, where he earned many medals. He is a freelance writer for many Vietnamese newspapers. He worked with Colonel Ðông and the late Lieutenant Lyndon Thuy to write the book, History of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam, a book on Army history. Mr. Ho Dak Hon. And now I'd like to pass it on to my former colleague, Cynthia Quimby, to continue with the program.
Great. Next we have Isabel Krasny. Isabel is a veteran outreach consultant that has devoted over 30 years of volunteer service to Orange County veterans by hosting community outreach events that help our homeless and unemployed veteran community. Isabel currently serves as chairwoman of the Orange County Veterans Employment Committee, chairwoman of the Orange County Veterans and Military Families Collaborative, and is a member of the Orange County Veterans Memorial Park and Cemetery, MCAS El Toro Gray Park. Isabel Krasny. If I could please call up Isidro Sid Gauna, Jack Brito, James Prather, and James Torres. Isidro Sid Gauna Jr. has been a member of American Legion Post 132 for 28 years, where he was given the honorary lifetime membership for his hard work. For the past 6 years, he has served as the finance officer putting on fundraisers to raise money for veterans, children, and youth programs. Sid is also a charter member of the United Mexican American Veterans Association and a life member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 7245 and the Disabled American Veterans Chapter number 23. Isidro Sid Gauna. Jack Brito is a Vietnam-era veteran. He is currently a team leader at the North County Vet Center where he provides counseling to combat veterans. He also offers advocacy services to represent veterans in court. He is often seen at the jails visiting former clients to provide his support. Jack helped bring in outside services to the North County Vet Center, including free legal services for veterans. Jack Brito. James Prather is a combat veteran from the Vietnam era. He is the chairman of the Masonic Family Helping Veterans chapter on Yorba Linda Lodge number 469. James works tirelessly to honor veterans and remember their service. He is also working hard to bring more veteran housing to Orange County. James Prather. James Torres is a combat veteran from the Vietnam era. He is the Junior Vice Commander of the Department of California Disabled American Veterans, Jack Fisher Chapter number 23. He is also a member of the Orange County Veterans and Military Families Collaborative, James Torres. Next, if I could call up Elsa C. and Tony Huai. Elsa C. volunteers at the Second Harvest Food Bank, signing in recipients of the food. She has also been a volunteer at the Orange Senior Center for many years. She comes to the center early to help set up tables. She is a dependable volunteer who has contributed many hours to help the Senior Center's programs. Elsa C. Tony Huai is a community activist and a freedom fighter for Vietnam before and after 1975. He has volunteered his time, energy, and talents to make a difference in bringing cultural values and leadership skills to the next generation. Tony Huai. I can at this time call up Jesse and Nellie Sains, Jim Miller, Joe Lucero, Joe Salem, and Joyce Lee. Jesse and Nellie Sains are two longtime community leaders and volunteers. Nellie and Jesse, a Korean War veteran, have been involved with many organizations over the years, including the League of United Latin American Citizens and the Anaheim High School Alumni Association. Let's give a round of applause to Jesse and Nellie. Jim Miller has helped disabled children at the Fairview Development Center get to Mass every Sunday for the past 31 years. In 1985, he opened a homeless shelter, American Family Housing, to help homeless families living in parks in the community. Today, the shelter houses over 1,000 people per day. Jim Miller. Joe Lucero was the Santa Ana Unified School District instructor and administrator for more than 25 years. She supported many educational and community activities outside and apart from her job description. Having served as secretary, vice president, and president of Soroptimist International of Santa Ana Tustin, Joan has distinguished herself as an invaluable member in accomplishing the organization's mission of improving the lives of women and girls throughout the world. Joan Lucero. Joe Salem is a tireless worker who wants to ensure that our seniors and those in need get the food they need each week. He gives out bread, milk, and canned goods to seniors. He also handles administrative tasks to help the senior program in Westminster. Joe Salem. Joyce Lee has been a member of One Heart Women's Club since 2007 and served twice as its president. One Heart Women's Club serves the homeless, seniors, and frail elderly. It also provides scholarships for youth. Joyce Lee. Okay, if I could at this time call up Judy Ann Morris, June Traver, Kantilal Shah, and Kathy Halstead. Judy Ann Morris is the immediate past president of the Huntington Beach Council on Aging and remains a very active board member. She currently serves as president of the Huntington Beach Coordinating Council. She is also past president of the Huntington Beach Citizens Emergency Response Team and remains active with the organization, most recently helping to organize the Tsunami Walk Emergency Preparedness Drill in Huntington Beach. Let's give a round of applause to Judy Ann Morris. June Traver is the Westminster Senior Center trip hostess. She accompanies seniors on many excursions and activities. She also is responsible for the lovely holiday decorations that make the Senior Center so warm and inviting. June has also volunteered with the Westminster Police Department and the Midway City Senior Center. June Traver. Kantilal Shah is a founding member and the first president of the Jain Senior Association, which began in Buena Park in 1997. He organizes educational seminars for seniors on topics such as Social Security, Medicare, and the importance of daily exercise and healthy eating. He has also organized health fairs for the uninsured in Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Buena Park. Let's give a round of applause for Kantilal Shah. Kathy Halstead has been volunteering at Betsy Ross Elementary School for several years. She reads to students and teaches vocabulary to students learning English. Kathy also serves as the school's librarian assistant, shelving books and helping the librarian. Kathy is a regular volunteer at her church. Kathy Halstead. At this time, if I could call up our honorees, Kay Klickenberg, Lori Leonard, Lei Min, and Lei Pham Kim Lei. Kay Klinkenberg has been volunteering in kindergarten and first grade classrooms for the past 6 years. She works with students to improve their reading skills. Kay also volunteers at her church at the church store. Let's give a round of applause for Kay Klinkenberg. Lori Leonard has been a volunteer at the Orange County Ronald McDonald House since it opened in November 1989. To date, she is the longest serving volunteer with the organization and diligently assists families who are staying at the house during their child's stay at Children's Hospital of Orange County. Lori has also served as a volunteer for the Anaheim Sister City Commission and the Anaheim Fire Department. Let's give a round of applause to Lori Leonard. Lei Min has been a volunteer teacher at Hong Vang Cultural Center for over 11 years. She has held multiple positions at the center. Although she does not have a vehicle, she finds a way to get to the school every Sunday to volunteer. She is one of the center's most dedicated volunteers. Lei Min. Lei Pham Kim Lei is the Vice President of External Affairs for the Asian American Senior Citizen Association. She spends time visiting with seniors and helps the elderly and homeless get food. She is also dedicated to preserving Vietnamese culture. Lei Pham Kim Lei. If I could call up our next round of honorees, Lei Soon Dean, Lee Dorman, Leslie Lei Kok Lee, and Lisa Tui Randolph. And also Mai Tien Liu. Lei Soon Deem is a former officer in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam. He is a leader of the music band Tu Ca Soon Deem. This band supports overseas organizations at political, social, religious, and educational events. He is also a songwriter of many songs used in community activities. Mr. Lê Xuân Diem travels out of state with Tu Ca Xuân Diem to raise awareness about human rights in Vietnam. Let's give a round of applause for Lê Xuân Diem. Mai Thanh Liu is a member of the music band Tu Ca Xuân Diem. She and her husband, Mr. Lê Xuân Diem, plan all the band's activities, including organizing performances. Let's give a round of applause to Mai Thanh Liu. Lee Dorman has been a health insurance counseling and advocacy program counselor since 2006. He has worked to improve the quality of life for people on Medicare by providing Medicare counseling at the Costa Mesa Senior Center. He also helps veterans who need help understanding their health insurance. Lee Dorman. Leslie Laycock Lee is a former colonel in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam. He settled in the United States in 1977. Since then, he has been working tirelessly to help the community. Currently, he is interim president of the Vietnamese community of Southern California. Let's give a round of applause for Leslie Laycock Lee. Lisa Thuy Randolph serves as secretary of the Asian American Senior Citizen Association. She is also a public relations director seeking donations and sponsorships for cultural events. She was integral in improving the commemorative day for the first King Hung Vung by inviting youth, singers, beauty queens, movie and broadcasting stars, and small business owners to get involved in the event. Lisa Thuy Randolph. I could call up our next honorees, Louis Quesada, Lee Ann Twit, and Mai Hugh Truck. Louis Quesada helped spearhead a movement last summer to construct and build a state veterans cemetery in Orange County. The project has received funding from the U.S. Department of Veterans State Cemetery Grant Program. Dozens of Orange County cities and veterans groups have endorsed resolutions of support for the Veterans Cemetery, including the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Let's give a round of applause for Louis Quesada. Leanne Twit is the current chairwoman of Ya Long Association. She used to work for the Nguyen Hoa Clinic and VNCOC. Mrs. Lee has also been caring for her husband of 43 years who has suffered from a heart attack and strokes. She has devoted all of her time to getting her husband back on the road to recovery. Let's give a round of applause for Leanne Twit. Mai Hugh Truck is the CEO for the Hong Bang Cultural Center and has worked for the center on a volunteer basis for the past 4 years. He is committed to promoting and preserving Vietnamese culture. In addition to his work for the center, Truck is also a Boy Scout leader. Let's give a round of applause for Mai Hugh Truck. I would now like to call up Mary Twilley, Mimi Park, Monica Lee, Neil Clear, and Win Duan Tony. Mary Twilley helps out at the Rossmore Community Center with their senior luncheons. She comes up with creative centerpieces for the luncheon tables and looks out for other seniors. Additionally, she helps the College Park East Neighborhood Association with their events. For the Spring Fling event before Easter, she helped stuff approximately 800 eggs with candy. Let's give a round of applause for Mary Twilley. Mimi Park has been a member of One Heart Women's Club since 1996 and served as president in 2002. One Heart Women's Club serves the homeless, seniors, and frail elderly. It also provides scholarships for youth. Mimi Park. Monica Lee has been a member of One Heart Women's Club since 1997. She served as the organization's president in 2000. The club serves the homeless, seniors, and frail elderly. It also provides scholarships for youth. Monica Lee. Neil Clear has been volunteering at Pio Pico Elementary School for over 10 years. He works with teachers to provide assistance through mentoring and small group tutoring. He always greets staff, parents, and students with a smile and his heartfelt dedication. Neil Clear. Win Doan Tony was one of the founders of Trung Sun Scout Troop in 1980. He has spent over 30 years in scouting and has helped lead generations of boys from Cub Scouts to venturers. He also devotes time in helping to preserve Vietnamese culture and language through his role as president of the Association of the Vietnamese and Culture Schools of Tam Bien Church. Win Doan Tony. This time I'd like to call up our honorees, Win Hai, Win T Hong Fung, Win Van Lin, Perfecto Alferos, and Pete Seitz. Win Hyde has volunteered to improve the lives of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender individuals and their loved ones. She works to educate people through community events and the media. Hyde wants to share her story, decrease stigma, and help those who are struggling to find acceptance from their own parents and family members. Win Hyde. Vinh T. Hong Phuong is the wife of a Republic of Vietnam veteran. She volunteers to support the activities of the Coalition of Former Soldiers of the Republic of Vietnam to develop and preserve the historical traditions of the Vietnamese community. Let's give a round of applause for Vinh T. Hong Phuong. Win Van Lin is a retired engineer and currently a journalist working for Người Việt Daily News, the oldest and largest Vietnamese newspaper in the USA. Lin covers Orange County local news. He has been an administrator for the art class collaborating with the Bauer Museum's treasure program for Vietnamese seniors for the past 2 years. Also, he is the co-founder of Nguyen Ba Hoc Cultural Center, Westminster, which provides Vietnamese language lessons and Vo Vietnam, traditional martial arts for children in the community. Let's give a round of applause for Vinh Van Lin. Perfecto Alferos enjoys helping the Anaheim Police Department with their Cops for Kids neighborhood school events. He has spent countless hours mentoring at-risk youth after school. Perfecto plays sports with the children, assists them during arts and crafts projects, and helps them with their homework. Let's give a round of applause for Perfecto Alferos. Pete Seitz is a veteran who serves as the Vice President of Veteran Programs for the Greater Los Angeles chapter of the Association of the United States Army. He is an active volunteer for the California State Military Reserve. He is also liaison between the Joint Forces Training Base in Los Alamitos and the Orange County Veterans and Military Collaborative. Let's give a round of applause for Pete Seitz. At this time, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Asia Cunningham.
Peter Katz helped spearhead a movement last summer to construct and build a state veteran cemetery in Orange County in 2013. The project has received funding from the U.S. Department of Veterans State Cemetery Grant Program. Dozens of Orange County cities and veterans groups have endorsed a resolution of support for the veteran cemetery, including the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Van Diamond has been a member of the music band Tu Ca Xuân Diem since 1994 and has performed in many concerts to help support and promote the Vietnamese community. He also volunteers at the Vietnamese Language Center in Southern California to preserve and promote the education and learning of the Vietnamese language. As a news anchor, for SBTN and reporter for SET, Mr. Nam has also covered Vietnamese community activities, helping to promote a spirit of unity in the community. Phil Bowers, Randall Eckert, Raymond Medina, Richard Ramirez. Phil Bowers served as a gunnery sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. He is currently a resource manager for Ebola and works tirelessly to empower veterans through housing and employment. In the past, Mr. Bowers was a volunteer firefighter and EMT and traveled to Mexico to provide aid for underprivileged children. Randall Eckert has been volunteering for over 2 years with American Family Housing. He has created motivational videos to support clients, and he teaches people how to use computer and increase their technological skills. Randall also volunteers at all of the organization's events. Raymond Medina has volunteered for many years at the Boys and Girls Clubs in Tustin, Garden Grove, and Anaheim. Although Raymond is turning 90 years old this year, it hasn't stopped him from volunteering. He has offered his skills and experience in constructions to help with renovations projects and has also filled in as Santa Claus at many events. Richard Ramirez.
Next we have Richard Salazar. Richard Salazar is a grandfather of 2 students attending Lower Elementary School. He volunteers at the school regularly to help not only his grandsons, but also all the students. Each week, Richard comes to school to assist with scoring master's assessment. He is also a regular supporter and volunteer at various school and PTA-sponsored functions. Richard Salazar. I hope we can all do better than that. Next we have Robert Bobby McDonald. Bobby McDonald is a U.S. Navy veteran, Vietnam War veteran, and serves as the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Orange County. He served as the governor's appointee to the California Cultural and Historical Endowment Board and the State Board of Governors for the California Community College System. He is chairman of the Orange County Veterans Advisory Council and sits on the steering committee for the Orange County Veterans and Military Families Collaborative. Robert Bobby McDonald. And before we continue, we'd like to acknowledge that we have 2 mayors joining us today. The mayor of Fountain Valley, Mike Vaugh, and the mayor of Westminster, my hometown, Tree Tom. Continuing with our honorees today, we have Robert Pitcher. Robert has been a volunteer for the Anaheim Senior Center, helping to compile information that goes into the center's monthly courier, which is mailed to all members of the center. He has also been a driving force behind the creation of website for the Anaheim Senior Citizens Club. Mr. Robert Pitcher. Next we have Robert Silva. Robert Silva is committed to improving public safety. He has helped out with events aimed at teaching the community about how to properly install child car seats. He also helps the Santa Ana, California Highway Patrol Office by performing clerical duties, including filing traffic collision reports, hopefully not mine, and traffic citations. Mr. Robert Silva. Next we have Sandy Desario. Sandy has helped the Anaheim Police Department with their Cops for Kids neighborhood events since 2012. She assists the officer and other staff members each week. Sandy plays sports with the children and acts as a mentor for their kids who might not otherwise have an attentive adult in their life. Sandy Desario. Following we have C. Eubanks. C has been a volunteer for AIDS Services Foundation for over 20 years. He helps out with the Foundation's food pantry. He has a positive attitude and is always ready to help the Foundation's clients. C. Eubanks. Susie has been volunteering with the Anaheim Red Cross since 1995 in various capacities. She's the organization's disaster workforce management team lead. During large-scale disasters locally and nationally, Susie helps her team to organize, manage, and deploy Red Cross volunteers to help those in need. Susie is also a disaster action team captain. In this role, she leads a team of volunteers to help families affected by house or apartment fires in Orange County. Please welcome Susie Johnson. Next we have Terry Tesla. Terry is a volunteer for the Caring Neighbors program at the St. Jude Medical Center. Terry gives hope and friendship to everyone who has suffered numerous setbacks over the past few years. Without Terry, this person would have sunk into deep depression. Terry brings a smile to the faces of all the program's clients with her kindness. Terry Tesla. Please welcome Thomas Fitzsimmons. Thomas, or Uncle Tony, as he is affectionately known, is a volunteer at the Senior Citizen Center in Irvine. Over the past 3 years, he has spent 3 days a week at the center, helping a variety of ways, including setting up the kitchen, helping with food service, and greeting people as they come into the center. Mr. Fitzsimmons is always ready to welcome people and feel special and welcome to the center. Mr. Thomas Fitzsimmons. Tish Leon is an office manager at the Public Law Center. She is a local grassroots activist. Tish is a member of the UMAVA and is instrumental in leading the search for several missing women in Santa Ana. Tish Leon. Lim Ji has been volunteering for the Vietnamese American Cancer Foundation since 2013. She helps the organization with community events and provides administrative support. She has served as a bridge between various groups in the community due to her in-depth knowledge of multiple cultures and languages. Ms. Lim Ji. Next we have Jung Ngọc Pong. Jung Ngọc Pong is a former colonel in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam, where he was awarded many medals. He worked with Major Ho Dak Hom and the late Lieutenant Lê Đình Thuy to write the book History of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam, a book on Army history. Mr. Jung Ngọc Pong. Next we have Trần Anh Việt. Trần Anh Việt has been a volunteer teacher at the Hong Kong Cultural Center for over 9 years. He specializes in teaching adult students using a combination of Vietnamese and English. He teaches students about differences between Vietnamese and American culture that helps them in business and conversational settings. Mr. Trần Anh Việt. Please welcome Vicente Pichardo. Vicente is the son of the farm worker. Vicente did not attend junior or high school, but instead helped his parents work in the fields. And at the age of 17, he enlisted in the Army. He served in the Vietnam War for 4 years and then went to receive his GED and a degree in teaching. He leads adult classes in English, history, and citizenship. Vicente is an active member of the Padres de Anaheim. Vicente Pichardo. Next we have Viola Mare. Viola is a volunteer with the National Latino Peace Officers Association and helped create the Orange County Car Seat Program, which provides safety information on car seats for children and parents. Viola Mare. Please welcome Vũ Đội Tú. Ms. Vũ Đội Tú founded the Trương High School Alumni Association in the Southern California in 1982 and served as its president for 6 years. The Trương Alumni Association has organized annual commemoration events to honor the sacrifices of the Trương sisters, famous Vietnamese heroines who symbolize Vietnam's struggle for independence. Ms. Boi Thu has been an active member of the Vietnamese Community Orange County Board of Directors since 1981 help to serve the needs of the elderly and the poor in Orange County. Ms. Ðông. Next, please welcome Ms. Ðông served as president of the Trương Alumni Association in 1994. She is a pharmacist in Orange County and together with her husband publishes Health magazine to educate the public on health issues. She's also served as treasurer of the Vietnamese Abroad International Pen Club, Southwest Region. Ms. Ðông. Our next honoree is Wanda Crow. Wanda Crow owns Horizon Support Services and is focused on improving ethics and professional standards in the home care industry by consistently putting the needs of seniors first. Wanda currently serves on the board of the Orange County Parkinson's Foundation and devotes many hours to assisting Parkinson's disease patients and their care partners. She's also one of the original founders of the annual Senior Care Hero Awards event, which recognizes unsung heroes of senior care and raises funds for Community Senior Serve to provide Meals on Wheels to needy seniors in Orange County. Please welcome Wanda Crow. Next we have Warren Hu. Warren Hu has been a significant contributor to the senior table tennis program in Anaheim. He has worked on scheduling facilities, practices, tournaments, and social events. He also assists in preparing the team to qualify for the National Senior Olympics. Warren also helps prepare the Anaheim Senior Center's mailing, The Courier. Warren Hu. Next we have Yolanda Montano. Yolanda loves helping seniors at the H. Lewis Lake Senior Center. She is in charge of updating the reader board with information regarding the center's daily activities and events. She also helps with the kitchen during lunch. Yolanda loves to make others smile. Thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda Montano. Next we have Zeke Hernandez. To construct and build a state veteran cemetery in Orange County, soon to be realized. It was supported by cities across Orange County and the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Please welcome Zeke Hernandez. Okay, please welcome Miss Ann Jam. Miss Ann Jam is former president of the Asian American Senior Citizens Association. She is a founder of a ceremonial group that has the responsibility of holding an annual commemoration ceremony for the King group. Please welcome Ms. Ann Jam. This would make a great selfie. Courtesy of Ellen DeGeneres. And there you have it, the 2000